Geeked out. Geeked out. Geeked out. Geeked out.
Hi, all. Welcome to Geeked Out. My name is Jonathan, and we're also here with.
My name is Xavier.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Jimmy.
Awesome. Before we begin, we want to thank our musician, Justin, for that introduction instrumental piece. If you guys ever want to start up a podcast and get instrumental, you can hit up our boy, Jay Eustace at. Let's begin. My name is Jonathan. A little bit about myself. I love watching Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Boruto, My Hero, Hunter x Hunter. Mostly the main types of anime that you would be watching nowadays. And I've been starting to catch up on the newer generation. But what really brought me to Geeked Out is basically my love for anime, my love for the manga, and some of the characters in it. Very passionate about it. And I'm hoping to create a great podcast for my fellow friends.
I'll go next. So what brought me to Geek Out is that my love in anime and manga and video games. I really love just the way pop culture goes. I really got dived into it when I really started in college. My first anime was Fairy Tail, which is a weird one to start off again because the story is kind of cheesy in a sense, but the whole end at the end of it kind of builds up. But the list of animes I watch is very long. I'll list a few. Mob Psycho, Sword Art Online, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, Tower of God, which is currently new, God of High School, also kind of new. Watching a little bit of One Piece, My Hero. The list goes on, but I'm just gonna end it there because my favorite type of anime is a lot of action. Of course, I watch Death Note, but I really love anime more than manga because I'm a visual person and I just love seeing the fight scenes.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go next. So I'm Sarah. What brought me to Geeked Out, which is basically I don't have a lot of people I could talk to about this stuff, so having like a group of individuals I can nerd out with and talk about anime with, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The first anime I ever watched and still remains like my top tier anime that I compare everything to was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love the storyline, the animation's great, and just like the growth of the characters. Right now I'm rewatching Haikyuu, My Hero, and then I have a long list of animes that I have to get to. So we'll get through it. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I guess I'll go next. My name is Jimmy. I'm pretty new to anime. I haven't really watched a whole lot of it. I did grow up watching the Dragon Ball series, so that pretty much made my childhood. I'm pretty much here just to learn more overall about it, start watching it, get into it. I know there's pretty much a lot of shows out there. I watched a good amount of My Hero some time ago. Really nice show. I'll keep watching it. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm new here. So yeah, feel free to comment and... fuck, I'm fucking this up already. We're gonna delete this portion right here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, feel free to give me suggestions of what shows I could watch and whatever.
So as you can see, we're all pretty much very excited to start up this podcast and to continue it and let the audience hear our voices. Since sometimes our voices aren't normally heard. So what we're going to start off with here is we're basically going to start off with our all-time favorite animes. And we know that a lot of people, and this often becomes the biggest debate of them all. But I guess I'll start with my all-time favorite anime. It's really tough because I grew up as a Dragon Ball Z fan, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. But honestly, as much as I love Dragon Ball Z, it's got to be Naruto. Naruto really had the story down packed, the character development, the other various characters who were able to shine light throughout the series. Eventually, with Neji showcasing of some of his talents, Shikamaru, Choji, Rock Lee, they were all getting a lot of attention because of the various segments in which they were able to do their fights. So for me, it's got to be Naruto, no question about it. It's a little close, but that's what I'm going to go with. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys have differing opinions? What are your favorite animes?
You want to go first, Sarah?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. So like I said earlier, Brotherhood, Full Metal. The first one I ever watched and still remains at the top for me. I basically said everything earlier, but like the show really focuses on like more mature content, I think, in anime, because like a lot of it's targeted at kids, and like kids can enjoy the show, but I think adults can enjoy the show also, but also understand it because it also like focuses on the elements of war, government, religion versus science, and it still remains humorous throughout every episode. So I personally really like that kind of mature aspect of it. And then of course like the fight scenes are great. The strong female leads are great too. And all
I'm very surprised you didn't say haiku.
Yeah, she brings up haiku like what every 5 seconds in our conversation.
listen.
That's literally the top recommendation that Sarah has.
Like,
Haiku!
okay,
What
but
haiku,
okay,
guys?
Haiku is so like simplistic, like not simplistic, but like it's volleyball and like a group of friends. That's it. You know? And like that's what it is. It's literally just volleyball. Don't get me wrong, I cry watching it. It's a great show about friendship and like growth and all that stuff. But like
I believe it.
Full Metal is just so complex, and it's like, you know, they're on this journey to restore their bodies because they committed a taboo, and like the magic system in the show is just great. I like it when shows they let you know how magic systems work exactly, like you know the limitations, you know the capabilities of it. I hate it when I'm watching a movie or whatever or a TV show, and a lot of the magic is like hidden in the mystery. Yeah, like it just bothers me. So I that's another reason why I like Full Metal so much. And I recommend it to everyone. Jimmy, you should definitely watch it.
I'll definitely try to watch it sometime.
Oh, we're gonna force you, Jimmy. We're gonna force it down your throat.
Okay, well, you're good luck now that it's summertime. I kind of hate being in my house, but yeah, once October rolls around, I'm sure I'll have nothing else better to do.
We'll bring you in with beer. We'll give you beer, all the beer you want to watch anime.
That's actually nice.
All the Greek beer.
Okay, well, no, you're gonna have to do better than that. I like drinking like all different types. You're gonna have to get a huge variety.
Well, then we'll get it for you, Jimmy.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I'll go next. So I always kind of hate these type of questions in terms of favorite in any type of genre or whatever, because I am the type of person who loves everything for different various reasons. And when someone says favorite, I start having anxiety, a panic attack. I'm just like, I don't know which one is better. But I'll list my top 3, and I'll talk about one of them as why I like it. It'll be Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho. That is the OG anime. And the other
that's
one
a
will
really
be
good
Bleach.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yo,
that.
the spirit gun. Every time I had the, like, you know, the little rubber bands you do with the gun, I always do it and shoot at somebody and say spirit gun. And, you know, that was a thing as a kid all the time. Or I'll try to find like a broken handle. Yep, a broken handle, and I'll try to do like spirit sword, the copy Kazuyama, you know, and then the wraps in the hands because I did martial arts, and I'll try to copy all that. I was trying to be in the anime in my own life. But my favorite one, because it's more recent in my mind and easier to, you know, relate to, is Naruto, because, you know, I really like the whole theory of chakra and, you know, the symbolism within, you know, how your energy. I'm a very spiritual person. I really like it, and how they gauge it to, you know, being more than just something very basic that everyone has. And then, of course, chakra goes higher because alien species. I just love how the story build up line, especially, you know, you got the emotional pull of Naruto being abandoned, but then becomes being loved character, all because, you know, I'm black, you know, I get those stares sometimes in certain stores, but Naruto's, you know, he's separate. He gets stares because of something he couldn't choose. You know, he was put in a position, and I really related to it. And that's why I like the show, especially the fight scenes. You know, that Madara fight scene, whoo, OP, OP, hands down. Especially the Obito and Kakashi one. But like, Madara, he cooked everyone's ass. Like, plain and simple.
That is true.
But yeah, that's.
Jamie's laugh just makes me laugh every time. I'm sorry.
That is true.
Okay, so I guess this is my turn. Well, yeah, I haven't really watched a whole lot, like I said before. Like, let's see, I've watched DBZ, I've watched Bleach, I've watched a good portion of My Hero. All those shows were really good. I did watch a couple of other anime shows on Toonami when I was a kid, like Xavier said, Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't remember a single thing about it, so I'm gonna have to rewatch the entire show. But yeah, no, I really like the DBZ series overall. Like, when you're watching it as a kid, you learn like never to give up. You're seeing Goku getting his butt kicked by Frieza, yet he's like still trying his best to like save everyone and save the planet. So yeah, you learn a lot of things there. It's like basically.
Would you say
something?
I was gonna say, would you say DBZ or Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super?
Okay, if I was out of all of them, I would say Dragon Ball DBZ overall. Like DB was also good. Dragon Ball Super I liked, but Goku just seemed a bit too much of an airhead in that show. Like he was just fighting.
That is so
like he was just fighting for himself. Like in DBZ, he cared for people. Like you could have seen his concern. He was caring for other people. In DB Super, like he did not care. This guy was just fighting for himself. Like literally.
Well, DBZ, he didn't care for his son though. Just want to say that. He didn't care for Gohan.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, he didn't care for him as much. And then you would have thought like he would have done a better job with Goten. Nope. He did a worse job with Goten, and then Goten for some reason doesn't even grow up in DB Super. He's like hoping if he stays young that Goku will be a good father to him. I guess that's not the case.
Oof.
The reveal of Goten is hilarious. The kid is basically like able to talk, and he didn't know he had a kid the whole time. Like,
yeah,
come on.
Super Saiyan kid literally pops out of nowhere.
It's kind of sad with that because Goten and both Gohan, they both had so much potential, and then the writer just nerfed both of them so bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's our fault.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is. I think all the fan base just asked for too much Goku.
Yeah, because like I heard initially when Goten was brought in, Kiro was gonna bring him in so he can become like the new guy to take over, like after Gohan. But yeah, everyone wanted Goku. Like they were gonna like have like after like the whole thing with Goten didn't work, they're gonna have Gohan be the guy. But then everyone wanted Goku, so then you have to bring him back to life.
No, Gohan was the original.
Oh yeah, he's the original guy. But I mean, like in the Super Buu saga, I mean. Like over there, like initially they wanted to have like not Super Buu, like the entire Buu saga, like Babidi, all that stuff. Like I read apparently like Akira made it so wanted Goten to be the guy that was going to take over as like the main guy.
Really?
And apparently that was the thing.
I did not know that.
That's what I read.
I thought it was Gohan still.
Oh no,
because Gohan got the sword.
No, yeah, no. So then it was going to be Gohan after. Like this was like in the very beginning, like of and then they made it to be Gohan. But then after that, everyone wanted Goku, so it was like, okay, we're bringing Goku back. Out of nowhere, this guy's just going to get his life back without a Dragon Ball. Just some guy's just going to give him his life. And then the other guy's going to come back to life, like literally like 20 minutes later.
I mean, it's funny because like Jimmy explains the nonsense of the Dragon Ball Z storyline very well, where they just like run out of things to write about.
Yeah.
So they just start winging the shit out of the spot, and then you get a show like Dragon Ball Super, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. You have Goten and Trunks, who are younger than what they were in Dragon Ball Z, which makes no sense. And then you have Gohan, who's nerfed like ridiculously. He can't fight, but somehow that Gohan ends up fighting in the Tournament of Power and fights Dispo and is evenly matched.
Yeah.
It just makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. They just tell him, Piccolo just comes and tells him, oh, use your inner power, and all of a sudden he's stronger than what he was in Z. Makes no sense at all.
I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, there's just certain stories that are just one of its kind. I think Dragon Ball Z is one of them, and their fan base is going to make Goku the main character until God knows when, because God forbid a character like Vegeta ends up surpassing Goku That will never. Well,
But that's the thing though. Like Vegeta, in
no,
half
not
of Super was
spoiling it.
actually stronger than Goku, but yet for some reason it just all goes back to Goku.
I mean, Vegeta has an arrogance unlike anybody
Yeah.
else in the show. But
Yeah.
anyways, moving on. We're gonna go on to our all-time favorite anime characters. I guess I'll start again. My all-time favorite character growing up was Gohan. I mean, I love the kid because he was definitely relatable. You know, he wanted to be a great scholar. Then they threw his ass in fighting without even giving him a choice. At like 4 years, it was like 4 years old. They're like, "Okay, you're gonna fight Vegeta and Raditz. Are you ready?"
They made him even stronger than Yamcha.
And then it's like, okay, like this guy is like, I think he was between 4 and 6 years
Yeah,
old,
around there.
and he's gonna fight those two. Okay, that makes absolute sense, please. And then the nonsense of him, you know, fighting Cell at age 12 and beating Cell. But it was just so cool because to me, he has my favorite transformation, hands down, was Super Saiyan 2 against Cell. And for me, I was like, okay, he's my favorite character, hands down. Loved him. I also loved Ultimate Gohan when he was fighting Super Buu. That was really cool. I just think he's a relatable guy, and I liked him. I mean, there's other runner-ups. I was a big Shikamaru fan in Naruto. I thought he was awesome.
Yes.
Todoroki, my hero. Deku was. I really like Deku. One of the few main characters I actually really enjoyed. But I'm gonna let you guys go ahead, give us some of your all-time favorite anime characters.
Who wants to take the ball first? Jimmy, you want to go since you
Okay.
very
So listen, once upon a time when I was younger, I would say yes. What's his name? Goku was my favorite. He was but this was before Super came out. So he was that innocent, somewhat innocent guy, like pure-minded, always wanted to save everyone. So I was like, okay, yeah, this is really nice. Like I can relate to him somewhat. And then Super happened, so that kind of ruined it. So I would say I guess probably Ichigo would be like my favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the thing with Ichigo, okay, he started off a little bit a bit arrogant in the very beginning, but he was someone who tried to fight for everyone. He tried to protect what's her name, Rukia. He did not have anything to do with her at first. She was just some ghost that came out of nowhere basically into his life, and then he tried his best to protect her from Byakuga and the whole Soul Society. He risked his entire life. Him, a human, risked his entire life to go save her. And then he put himself in that whole entire war with what was his name, Captain Aizen and all that stuff. So he tried his best to protect everyone. So I would say that's why I choose him.
Surprised he didn't say All Might.
Oh, okay, All Might.
surprising, yeah.
Other than his smile, it's okay. I haven't seen those episodes where it shows his past. He just popped out of nowhere. He was smiling. It was what is this? This guy's just jacked.
You watch the movie, Plus?
No, I didn't watch the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know his past. That's the thing. I somewhere halfway into season 3 or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is my favorite character? Oh my god. Let me think still. Sarah, can you go?
I mean, I have a few. I'm not a diehard for any specific character, but not to be that girl that watches anime, but I always liked the edgy side supporting character than the actual protagonist, because I just sometimes the protagonist is just so annoying.
Yeah.
And I'm Deku. I love Deku. I hold him to my heart so much, but he cries all the time, and I get it. You want to be the best, but relax.
I mean, that meme of him shaking back and forth is a little cute and funny. He has no power.
Oh,
my god,
he has
that
no
breaks
quirk.
my
I mean,
heart.
That was sad. That was just sad. His
Stop.
mom crying.
Yeah, I cried. It's not good. I guess so. My hero, I really like Bakugo. He's one of my favorites. I just think his sarcasm is hilarious. I really like personalities of characters. Shikamaru, I identify with his laziness. Who else? Oh, and Haikyuu, it's definitely Tanaka and Nishinoya. They're not big. They're like in the starting lineup of volleyball, but they're just loud and they get hyped up and they're just funny.
Man, if you love Bakugo, you got to watch the new My
I
Hero movie.
know.
You will love Bakugo.
I know. I was watching the 4th season today before this. And if we're gonna say Avatar: The Last Airbender, I hesitate.
Oh,
But Toph, that's the GOAT right there.
that is a discussion for another time, whether or not that's anime. But yeah, Toph is definitely OP.
Toph.
Toph is OP. But I do like Sokka. Sokka, come on, he's like a badass character in that show. I mean, he pulls the moon.
I hate Sokka.
Sokka pulls.
How do you hate Sokka?
Come on.
How do you hate Sokka?
He's so annoying.
When I watched,
He's the most accurate person.
He's so annoying.
when I watched the show, like as a youth, I thought Sokka was annoying too, especially like with Katara and like their whole like brother sister relationship. I would literally yell at my TV for him to shut up sometimes. But now rewatching it, I'm like, he's the man.
I think what it is that when we were kids, we can't relate to Sokka because Sokka is technically a teenager in the show, and he has a little bit more maturity and some silliness to himself, immaturity. So like we related to his immature humor and comedy a lot, but when he was being more sense in terms of practicality and being mature, we didn't like it too much because that broke what we were. We were immature kids. We didn't want to relate to it. But now that we're older, we're done with college. Sarah's still in college. We relate with that sarcastic Sokka personality. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we are now. We're all Squidward. No more.
Also, like watching it now with Sokka, like I do feel kind of bad. He's the only one who can't bend, and people leave him out of stuff. Like, you you gotta be a little sympathetic towards him.
I mean, Toph violates him literally during the. She's like, okay, 3 of us and 3, and she's like, what about me? Oh, I forgot.
See, that makes me feel so bad for him. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Xavier, what's your favorite?
My favorite? Can we talk about my favorite memes? Because I can't do the favorite character. I'm literally scrolling through my VRV account, my Netflix account, my Hulu account. I'm like, okay, I watch this. Who is my favorite? And I'm like, I don't have anybody. I don't have anyone. But I will choose somebody just for the sake of conversation. I'm going to go with, in Mob Psycho, the main character. I really like his story development, Shigo. Because like he's a very you have to watch it, by the way. If you guys really like action animes, the stylistic drawing of the anime itself is just beautiful, very beautiful. And then you got the storyline as well. I forgot the term, but he's a telepath. He can control things. He can see. He's a psychic. He can see ghosts. And what he does is he helps his boss scam people and exercising, ghosts from the neighborhood. They think that his boss, he uses him, he doesn't pay him at all, but eventually he starts building up to be like this epic psychic power person. Why am I Espers? They're Espers. There we go. I almost forgot the term. Espers is what they're called. They can use psychic abilities, and the storyline when it builds and the way it ends, it's a very short story, so it's well built out. And I love the way how he goes from this shy person who comes a very inspirational character to other Espers and stuff like that. I don't want to spoil too much for whoever never watched it, but definitely watch Mob Psycho 100. The anime is epic. The stylistic drawings is epic. The storyline is short and sweet and straight to the point. And not to mention, like, the power level, you can gauge it. You can kind of gauge the power level. Some other shows, you really can't.
I don't think any of us watched it, but we'll get to it.
Watched it. I mean, Saitama for One Punch Man. I mean, his gauge of power is ridiculous. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to gauge that. But that show is hilarious. I literally watched the first 2 episodes
of that show. I need to finish it.
Yeah.
We need you to watch it, Sarah. Like, his show, it's comedic relief. It's at its best. And
know he's gonna win every fight. DBZ.
Yeah, but so you know about the Dragon Ball Z as well. You know that Kakarot is always going to win. Goku's always going to win and get a new power-up level.
True.
But, like, the thing is, the show is, like, he is OP. we're gonna set the ground like that right away.
Mhm.
There's no character development in terms of his powers. The character development is in terms of his story
Word.
and how he is the most disliked person when he shouldn't be.
Mhm.
And that's what's so great about the story. It's the fact that he is the bottom, although he's really at the top.
Yeah.
And then the comedic relief of him punching creatures with one punch is just a
Nothing, yeah.
Like, come on. Like, oh man. Yeah, I'm a geek.
I don't know. I like with shows when there's like no real risk. Like I can't like in My Hero Academia, like no one is really at risk of death. You know, that's so it's like you can't.
Well, that's not
Really?
true.
You have the bad guys come and like kidnap the little kids and try to like.
Yeah,
do
but you
bad
know they're
things
not
to
gonna
them.
die.
Well, I guess because they're just
yes,
kids.
you do.
When Bakugo got kidnapped, I'm like, oh, he's gonna get saved. Like I didn't bat an eyelash.
Sarah.
Oh, I thought he was gonna become
That's
bad.
because you don't gotta-
I thought he was gonna become an evil guy. Like I was
No,
really scared.
Bakugo never.
Oh, like,
That's what they want you to believe, though. They want you to think he's going to turn bad because he has such a bad attitude.
Yeah, but he wants.
Nah,
to
he's like a Vegeta.
True.
He's pretty much like a Vegeta. But Sarah, I really like. I understand your opinion.
He's like, we're gonna cut this out.
You haven't watched all of season 4
I
yet,
haven't. Yeah,
so-
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. We will talk once you finish season 4. We can come back and then you can talk about that.
Fine.
Yeah. The thing is, we watch a lot of. We probably our anime. What we watch is a lot of the characters always going to succeed, and there's no real threat to the people and his co-stars except for like those who we don't care about. And like I bet there are animes out there. So give us a list in the comment section where like they're kind of like Game of Thrones, where like you get attached to the character, and they're like, "Oh, who cares how important you are to this character? You're dead. Goodbye. You're dead. Goodbye. You're important to the story, but we're gonna kill you off for fun.
Full
Goodbye."
Metal Alchemist. What do you? There's so
And then
much
you have-
death in that show.
Other than Full Metal Alchemist and that fucked up thing he did to his daughter.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, not even that. Fucking
Oh god.
May Hughes when they fucking did him dirty. Ugh, so heartbreaking. But whatever. Moving on.
true. Yeah. I mean, Death Note definitely had death in it, obviously, in the
State the
title.
obvious, Xavier.
Please. Oh, okay, Sarah. I'm gonna spell your name out. Whoever has a Death Note, please write down Sarah's
Oh my
name.
no.
god! I thought we were friends. All right, guys. Great
No, that's
episode.
not
You
what
will
we're
see me on
supposed
the
to be
next one.
doing.
All right.
rest in peace.
Damn.
That's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Let's keep it covert.
Hmm.
COVID time, just as a reasoning to write down. COVID. Just saying.
Okay, brother.
Oh, okay.
I'm messing.
Okay, brother. Just, we can go on to the next. All right. So
Go ahead, Jonathan.
before we go back to our most hated anime character, you guys were talking about Avatar, and we can debate on if it's an anime or non-anime, but I do have a question. Would you guys rather Avatar: The Last Airbender or Teen Titans? What do you think was a better show?
I didn't even watch Teen Titans.
I would like.
Oh,
I watched Teen Titans.
All right, so hold on, everyone, quiet. I got to spell Sarah's name.
Xavier! Oh my god. I feel attacked. You should see me right now. My jaw is on the floor.
Teen Titans? Oh
You
no!
had no childhood, I guess.
No,
No, like I watched it. Like I watched Dragon Ball Z too when I was younger. I just don't remember it. You know what I mean?
Well, chances are, how old were you? Like you're probably like 3 years old when it was all live, so that makes kind of some sense.
Yeah, I am
guess.
younger than you guys. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's the baby
That
of
is
the
true.
group.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was basically watching reruns of what we were watching live. Basically, we were watching like all the shows we watched we were watching basically all these networks when they were in their prime, and then she basically got the remains and the reruns, and then basically when all these networks just started going to garbage.
Thank you,
All right, so
Jimmy.
Fuck.
Fuck.
So going back to the main question.
So
Teen
that's
Titans or Avatar?
So listen-
For those who's watched
Damn,
both.
fine.
okay. So
What do you think?
who's gonna go first?
You go first. Jimmy.
Okay, so like I tried to watch Avatar and I would just fall asleep as a kid, and then Teen Titans I just watched I liked it pretty much for the most part, so I'm gonna go with Teen Titans.
Okay.
Not bad. Interesting. I think for myself, as much as I like Teen Titans, I just feel like story-wise, it was just a different sense with Avatar. I was really hooked on it. I wanted to keep watching it. I wanted to keep learning more. Aang was such a hilarious character as the main character. His character development was really well. So I'm going to have to go with the Avatar.
Okay. For me, let's see. Well, it's a little bit different because watching Teen Titans, I was a love of superheroes, so I knew some of the backstories of the characters and where they're supposed to be. Like I knew Robin was supposed to become Nightwing, so
Yeah.
seeing that happen, I was like very excited to see the story developments. But the love interest of first of all, the love interest of Robin and Starfire is way better than Aang and Katara, hands down.
I agree.
Way
Even though I've never seen Teen Titans,
Way
it's just it wasn't a good match.
yeah. And then for Avatar, I really liked it a lot because of the power, because of bending, water bending, fire bending, and like me and my siblings, we always pretend like we were benders before the show came out because astrological signs, my Pisces, and me and my sister always think we were water benders or doing ice and stuff like that. So I related to the show, and I always wanted to water bend because I thought I could do it. Where Teen Titans, I just like the heroes and the stories background. But in terms of story development and animation, I would say as a kid, Teen Titans. As a current adult right now, it'll be Avatar because the story behind it has a lot of political sense to it. It has a lot of it's a very, you have to understand it more when you get older than you would as a kid. That's all.
That is true.
Avatar by default for me.
So as you can see, this week's winner is the Avatar.
Sure, I had no debate really, so yeah.
Tune in to next week's episode where we'll be picking out 2 anime shows and debating which one we think is better. Feel free to list some suggestions in the comments. And here we're going to go with our last topic of the night, most hated anime characters. Before I give Xavier, Sarah, and Jimmy the opportunity to pretty much showcase which ones they hated, I'm going to give the top 10 most hated from whatnerd.com. Top 10, you have Shinji from Neon Genesis. Number 9, you have Sakura from Naruto. Number 8, you have Ito Makoto from School Days. Number 7, Miki Kawai. Number 6, Griffith. Number 5, Kyobi. Number 4, Lena Einstein. Number 3, Kirito.
Oh,
Number 2, Mineta.
Mineta.
Not surprised.
And number 1, Show.
Oh, let me talk about that one.
So I guess Sarah is going to take it first. Sarah, tell us some of your most hated characters.
I literally rewatched this episode today so I could talk about it. So, Shao Tucker, Full Metal Alchemist, obviously. He appears like really early on in the show. It's like episode 4 he comes on, and and he's known as like the the sewing life alchemist. So like bioalchemy, because like obviously the boys are trying to restore their bodies. Maybe he could help them, whatever. And he specialized in making like chimeras, which are like basically 2 life forms fused together. And basically by doing this, he earned himself like becoming like a certified state alchemist, which like comes with all these benefits and like a cool lifestyle. And then every year the state alchemists have to go through this thing called an assessment day, and he's really worried because like he hasn't come up with anything since his first like certification 2 years ago. So in his fear, he decides to fuse together his daughter and her dog, and it's like this really dramatic like realization, because like the first half of the episode sets up like the boys bonding with the daughter named Nina. Jimmy, fix the wind.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Come on, airbend, Jimmy,
I'm using
airbend.
my airbending powers. I command you to stop, wind. Oh, great. It's not listening to
Wind
me.
said, "Fuck you."
Bring back the
Yeah.
air nomads, you know? What was it saying?
Hold. Is it better now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So like basically the first half of the episode, like they set up like this cute, innocent little girl, and then just to see like how her dad didn't even like value her life just because he needed that like lifestyle and certification. I don't know. It's just really fucked up. It's morally wrong. It's ethically wrong. Like as even from a scientist's perspective. And it's just so disgusting and shocking to watch. And like the reason why, like, it's just so bad. I hate it. And it's easy to understand why, like, on that list, he's number one. It's just gross. He's on every list of most hated anime characters. But, yeah. I don't know if I did a good job explaining that, but there you go. Fuck that guy.
No, you did well. You did well.
Oh, thanks.
I think I'm gonna go a different route. I have some top people I hate.
Is it gonna be Sakura?
Sakura is one of them, but Sakura is not number one because I recently found an anime in which this character is probably the most annoying character I've seen. Minata. Oh my! This character is not only he's just
From what
annoying.
show?
He's a from My Hero.
Oh, I know who you're gonna say.
I thought it was pronounced Mineta.
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 Yeah.
I can pronounce it so many ways. He's still gonna be used.
I agree. Continue.
So, not only is he a pretty much open walk-in closet pervert, two, the guy's absolutely useless. He has no idea what the hell's going on in battle, and when he is in battle, he always loses. This man is so bad. Okay, you have pervert characters such as Master Roshi, Jiraiya Sensei, but
Pervy Sage.
they're Pervy Sage,
Mhm.
but they're stupidly powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess what happens is they left this guy out the dust because this guy did not get 1/10 of the power that the other guys got. I understand he's there for comedic purposes and he's there to be funny, but give the guy something. That guy was nerfed from the beginning. of the
Purple
first
balls.
episode. What? Well, I
He
wouldn't know.
got purple balls.
It's awful.
How did he even pass? How did this man pass the entrance exam?
I
That
was
really is what-
thinking about that. Like he's in class
Word.
81, brother. Like
How did he get?
How wasn't he a sidekick?
Hey,
Well, no, I get how he passed it though because his character is a pervy person, so like that's why he's not liked. But technically, his ability is very useful because it's sticky. Like he has the robots stick to each other; they can't move no more. He gains points; they get destroyed because of overpower. Like let's say they heat up too much. Whatever the reason is, there's a reasoning why he has some OP talent into it. But I'm about to talk about the fact that they gave him a purple costume with purple balls instead of blue balls. It's sticky ball, and he's a pervy person. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
wait, isn't it like after he throws a certain amount of purple balls, he starts to
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
that's the
everything
thing.
like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
basically,
I
you
don't
overuse
get
your
it.
balls too much, something happens. You know what I'm
I
saying?
gotta
So-
go.
I really don't. I don't understand.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, you guys.
Wait.
Let's see. How about you?
Yeah.
Xavier?
All right, so
Oh shit! Hold on, just one
I was
second.
scrolling through my list again.
Jimmy's going through a crisis.
Jimmy, are you okay?
No, the music was just so. I was walking, like this car was blasting loud music, so I just decided to run. Don't worry, I'm in a quiet area now. Hopefully. Okay,
All right,
we'll
you go,
cut this
Xavier.
part out.
No, you're fine.
No. So I was going through my list again because, like, I have trouble finding shows and remembering which ones I like more, which I hate. And then I see Hunter x Hunter, and I was like, hold up, I remember somebody I hate. I had to Google the character because I forgot his name. That's how bad I don't like him, and he's not very useful. Valerio.
Who?
Valerio, is that pronouncing it right? The guy with the glasses. he's part of the team, but he's not really useful whatsoever.
He's like the doctor.
Wait, that's the
Yeah,
guy
he's
you're
a
talking
doctor.
about? The guy that looks like Gohan,
Yeah.
basically?
Yeah.
Professor Gohan.
Oh my god. I hate him so much. He's pervy and he's useless and he does nothing. His character never grows in power. I mean, towards the end, I don't remember seeing him at any other season except for the first two. I can't remember him no more. I really can't. And he's just useless. He's very useless. And he's up there on the cover of Hunter x Hunter. I don't know why. That's why I hate him. Because it's like, why is his character introduced? For no reason. I mean, I get the whole medical degree and he wants to be a doctor and that's very useful. But they didn't even like give him like a Sakura. Sakura's better than him. Sakura uses her medical ninjutsu for OP shit, man. Like she has the strength of like 100 billion men. You get what I'm saying? Like, what does he do? Nothing except for be perfect. I don't get his character whatsoever. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
I'm
right
glad
there.
you guys are against the perverts, you know.
Yes, out with the perverts.
Yeah.
Word. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to be going to our last session. So on this week's Jimmy's rant, Jimmy is going to discuss his most hated anime character, and I will tell you, you guys are in for a doozy. Jimmy, who is your most hated anime character?
Okay, so the character I'm going to talk about. This character had some good development in the beginning, but then just became the most useless, pathetic piece of shit on the planet. I don't get it. How did this guy not end up number 1 on the list? I really don't know. So the guy I'm going to talk about is Yamcha. Yamcha has to be the most useless guy that ever existed. He started off with like good development in Dragon Ball. He was like, he wasn't like, the main guy, but like, he was helping Goku here and there. He had some power, like he had his moments. And then you go into Dragon Ball Z. They're like building him up in the beginning of the Saiyan saga. He's acting all happy, all like motivated to train for the Saiyans. He's like, oh yes, we're gonna do it. He's like motivating everyone, like when they're at Popo's lookout, and yeah, Popo's training, just like Dragon Ball Z Abridged said. So yeah, basically, he was like telling everyone, we can do this. Like they might be a lot stronger than us, but if we fight together, we can win. It's like then all of a sudden, you fast forward 1 year later. Krillin and Piccolo, they're kind of like overwhelmed with everyone, and then like all the warriors start coming out of nowhere. They're like gathering up, and they're all like terrified. And then Yamcha comes with a smile. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, we can do this." And what does he do? He gets blown up by freaking Superman. Like seriously, what the heck? He just gets blown up out of nowhere. Like what is this? Okay, so he's gone. Okay, they like made him somewhat relevant in that filler arc when they were all at King Kai's planet. He like beat up Raccoon somehow. I have no idea how he managed to get his power level from like 1,000 to like 60,000 in like 5 days, but okay. And then after that, that was it for him. He just became useless, like even more useless than Chaozu.
He lost Bulma.
What happened? Oh yeah, I forgot about Bulma. That was just like the biggest fail on the planet. Complete fail we're talking about. Like you have a guy like a lady like Bulma, and then what happens? An alien that basically killed you, basically, well, was directly responsible for your death, freaking runs away with your girl. How do you feel about that? And she has an illegitimate child with him while you guys are dating. Like she literally cheated on you, had his kid while you guys were dating.
Oh my
And then
god!
she dumps you.
I do not remember.
Oh yeah. Vegeta just shows up to Earth and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat up the androids now. I'm gonna train here at Capsule Court. I'm making this my home. And then Bulma's like, okay, I'll make you all these training equipment. He gets hurt. Bulma's like, oh no, Vegeta.
Oh my god!
A few months later, she's a mom.
I didn't know. Oh my god! I didn't know she was with like Yamcha in the beginning.
Oh yeah, from like Dragon Ball, they were like on and off.
Oh
and,
shit!
like,
Oh my god! Wow, this changes everything. Okay.
oh yeah, and like Yamcha would be
Vegeta's a
that
homeworker.
and then the thing is, like, Yamcha would be that stud because he was like the baseball player, like the star baseball player that would always hit home runs. Like, so it was like, yeah, I'm gonna date you now. No, I'm gonna go with some other girl. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna on and off with you. And then he just ends up alone, literally in the middle of nowhere, in some cactus desert, wherever he lives. This guy by himself. I don't even like after like the second like season, he wasn't even a baseball player anymore. What the heck did this guy do with his life? I don't know. Yeah, so then the android. Okay, so now we get to the android saga. He shows up for the fight. Is the first person to get wrecked. We're talking about this guy becomes more useless than Chaozu because at least Chaozu made good soup for the pig and Master Roshi. At least Chaozu made some good soup for them. This guy did nothing.
Oh my God.
Useless. Completely useless. Then you get into the Buu saga, irrelevant, nothing. Fast forward to Dragon Ball Super. This freaking clown thinks that Goku's gonna choose him for the tournament arc. He's gonna choose him as his last guy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go hide home. I'm gonna wait for the invitation, and then it's like I'm gonna deny it and then just show up out of nowhere. It's like, what the heck, Yamcha? So many people better than you. They're gonna choose you. You're gonna be the first one done. Like seriously, anyone's better than you, Yamcha. Even Chaozu is better than you. At least Chaozu has some telekinetic powers. Literally. The fact that Master Roshi, who was weaker than Yamcha, somehow managed to get so much more stronger than him and become so much more useful.
Well, Master Roshi was never weaker than him.
Well, but in the Saiyan saga, though, in the Saiyan saga, he had a power level of 200, not even 200, 140 or whatever. And Yamcha was able to hit the 1000s and then somehow hit the millions by the Android saga. I don't know.
I think that's because Master Roshi can control his energy. He can control how much he outbursts when he wants to.
Yeah, he suppressed it.
I know, but he didn't have that power to fight off the Saiyans, or else he would have gone and one-shotted him if he was that strong. But yeah, in the Universal Tournament power, I don't know, I guess he trained somehow during Super. I don't know. He trained, he got stronger. He was really good. In the manga, you have him going toe-to-toe with Jiren at one point. But yeah, Yamcha was just useless. And they decided to make a manga just making fun of him and making him the star guy. I don't know what happened in that manga.
Wait.
Yeah, apparently
Yes,
it was
yes, that is true.
Yeah, I don't know if was it Akira Toriyama that made it? I don't know if it was a legit was it made by Akira or something like that, or was it just a fan thing? I don't know.
We'll make another episode of Yamcha. We'll just make one up.
Okay, so that's pretty much my rant. He's the most useless guy on the planet. Yeah.
But Jimmy, you have to give him some respect because the whole point of his character was to show how different human beings were to Saiyans. Because at first Dragon Ball is all about martial arts, which Goku learns. He's on Earth and everything, and that's why Yamcha is really standing out there because his martial arts skills was up there. But then when DBZ came in, they decided to boost the power level up, and of course he has to get nerfed as a character because he's a human being.
Okay, but what about Tien and Krillin? Yes, they got nerfed.
Well, Tien is
But they also were helpful, though. They got nerfed, but they were helpful. They actually did stuff. Tien managed to stop semi-perfect Cell for a while. He managed to hold him off.
That's true.
And Krillin was just a guy. Krillin was literally the right-hand man guy. Whatever you needed someone by your side, Krillin was your guy. He'd be throwing you sensor beams. He'd be using his solar flares. He was a quick guy.
He did almost kill Nappa at one point.
True. Yeah.
He did almost kill Nappa at one point.
He almost killed Nappa, literally. If it wasn't for Vegeta, Nappa would have been sliced in half. He could have killed
Frieza.
He could have killed Frieza.
Too.
He could have killed Frieza. All he had to do was do Solar Flare, Destructo Disc. What does he do? Solar Flare, runs away. That makes no sense. You cut off Frieza's tail, and we see how many Destructo Discs you could throw at that point. It's why not just go for it? Literally, just slice him into a few pieces with that thing. That's it.
I don't think Jimmy's breathed through this whole thing.
But okay, I guess that's anime logic. That's anime logic, I guess. Build him up, have Curly get his butt kicked so we can introduce the Super Saiyan. Because at that point,
someone has to be at the bottom. Someone has to be the weakest person, and Yamcha just he got the bottom and worse. That's just the sad part.
Nope. No one is gonna be at the bottom like Mr. Hercule. Nope. Mr. Satan is at the bottom.
No, he is.
Wait,
no.
Yes.
Listen, okay, he's gotten nerfed the most, but he's also been more useful than Yamcha. A lot more useful.
How is he useful?
That is
Dude,
true.
This guy
he
literally
saved the planet.
This guy,
no, he
indirectly
did not.
with his stupidity,
yes, he did.
Being the clown he is, this guy's basically was the one that saved Goku and Vegeta indirectly, literally.
And he caused Gohan to go Super Saiyan 2 also.
Yeah, Mr. Satan's done a lot more things than Yamcha if you think about it, post I don't know, Cell Saga and after. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You guys are forgetting one thing. He produced Videl, and Videl made Gohan a freaking nerd and nerfed his powers. So that's why I hate Hercule even more because of Videl.
Well, you can't really blame it on Videl. It was
You
Akira
blame it on
Toriyama.
Chi-Chi.
It was Akira,
No,
yeah,
you blame it
Chi-Chi
on
basically.
Chi-Chi.
Videl liked fighting.
She does like fighting. Yeah, she does. But that's because
But
her
then
father's,
Yeah, but then they nerfed her also. Like they made her from like this like cool like badass lady that just like martial arts and all that stuff to like this really like she was really nice in Dragon Ball Super, like really sweet and whatever. But like that's all she cared about. Like she no longer like fought or anything like that. I don't know if she ever flew in that show or not.
she could fly. Yeah, she could fly.
Well, I know she could fly, but like did they have her flying at all in Dragon Ball Super or not? I don't know.
No, she's pregnant. She's pregnant in Dragon Ball Super. That's when we find out about.
Oh yeah, she's pregnant for like most of it. And then you have the baby Pan who comes out and she's just like flying from like 2 months old.
Yeah.
Wait, Chi-Chi, you're talking about that's Goku's like wife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a while. Oh, she's domesticated. That's why.
Oh yeah, she's crazy. You
I mean,
you feel bad for
that's
Goten, like the poor kid. Like he has a dad that like never doesn't care about him. His brother's no longer around, and then you have a mom who just like basically like tortures the guy. Well, at least he has a little bit better than Gohan. He at least has a best friend. Who's
Well, you
rich.
gotta remember, she's Goten like that because Gohan was getting his ass beat by a made-up being called Cell during a tournament of power because they thought he was the one to save him, and his father sat there and was like, "Yeah, go ahead, son, fight the big ass scary monster. I'm gonna sit back and watch."
Yeah,
Like,
word. No, that was just.
when does your mother also protect you?
That was just parenting at its worst. Like the guy could have trained like an extra like day in the hyperbolic time chamber and achieved Super Saiyan 2. Like they both could have like achieved it without having to go through these extreme measures. And then they could have just.
I mean, I don't.
And then instead it's like.
I gotta disagree on that one.
Yeah.
I think what he did was tough to watch, but it was also necessary for Gohan's character development because everyone knew Gohan. What triggered Gohan is his anger, and the only way that would trigger his anger is you gotta get in there, and if the guy beats you up, you get pissed.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But then like they build him up just to like bring him down again. Literally, like they could have at least had the guy semi-train every now and then, like during those 7 years. Like, okay, go to school, be smart, but do some semi-training. Like seriously, he should have been on par with like Goku and Vegeta, like during what's it called, the Babidi arc, basically.
You mean Bippity?
That is true.
Is it Bobbity or Bippity?
Babidi was the father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be able to have more discussions in the future about Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. So that
Jimmy, airbend. Airbend, dude.
Oh yeah, seize the air.
So that concludes. So that concludes our first episode. Thank you everybody for listening. We're actually going to be uploading weekly every Wednesday night. Stay tuned for our up and coming episodes. This is Geeked Out, and we're super excited to be a part of the anime community and be out for more episodes. Take care, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
See you
Peace.
guys.
Bye. Bye.
Does the one want to say? What's up, fellow geeks? Xavier, aka Bucket Hat Weeb here with announcements and updates. Unfortunately, the original cast and Geeks Gang will not be continuing hosting Geeked Out's talk show, and I'll be hosting the show by myself. However, Geeks Nation's Geeked Out is expanding the talk show to be televised, where guest geeks and I can geek out while also having fun doing fun activities. A few episodes of Geeked Out's first season is still available on the channel, starring the original host, the Geeks Gang. You can also listen to Geeked Out's latest episode, a narrated read from one of Geeks Nation's A Geeks Comics and More. Listen to Book 1, The Maiden, narrated by Chris Dane. Book 1, The Maiden is part of the Storyteller series and book The Storyteller Who Wished a Sword, That's All, written by yours truly. If you're looking to be a guest on the talk show and geek out, you can fill out a form on Geeks Nation's website, geeksnationgg.wixsite.com/gkzn. That is geeksnation.wixsite.com/gkzn. Geeks Nation's Geek Shop is also open and available on the website where you can purchase brand merch or peruse available entertainment. Geeks Nation, where you can call yourself a geek and be proud of it.